What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Daniel Sports Ledger, sports betting tips and picks for sports bettors. And Manny is finally back. Sorry about yesterday. I had a little thing I had to take care of, but we are back today.
That's what she said.
I don't, I don't know if that makes sense, but
What are
okay,
you talking about?
okay,
It makes
Michael
perfect
Scott.
sense. It makes perfect sense.
Okay, Michael Scott. Yeah. So a lot of different things, a lot of coaching changes. Let's talk about a few coaching changes, and then we'll get into the more NFL predictions and some
Talk a
golf
little-
and some other stuff.
Some golf, some NBA.
Some NBA. Oh, definitely. I heard about a game. I didn't
man.
watch it,
You
but I
had to
heard
be
about
there. You had to be there.
it. Sounds like it. Yeah. So
Morris, huh? Atlanta.
well, first of all, we never talked about the Titans. Her and Brian Callahan, Bengals
Okay.
offensive coordinator.
Heard about that.
He didn't even call plays there, so he wasn't like a true offensive coordinator. From what I hear, he's more of like a CEO than a coach. Kind of
Wow.
like maybe he'll get in the proper guys to coach the team, but he's more. That's what I want to do. If I was to coach, that would be me. I would get the right guys in there.
Okay.
I would oversee things. I would still make decisions,
All right.
but I'd let the professionals do their job.
This whole time I thought you were a professional coach.
Yeah, you know,
Threw me off.
who knew? I could definitely GM though.
Yeah.
But
It's in the blood.
yeah. But yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens there. Then we have
What do we got?
Dave Canales went to
Oh,
the
that's right.
Panthers,
Panthers.
from Bucks offensive coordinator. Sure, whatever.
I mean, who cares?
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, some of these coaching changes.
I
and,
mean,
like,
it's
it's all-
a
who
team
cares?
it's not gonna matter. The
and we apologize to all the fans
won't-
of these teams.
we won't know about the quarterback truly till next year, but I mean, he looks like a dud so far. But who knows?
Speaking of Tampa Bay, question arose earlier. Comeback player of the year. We gonna go Flacco, or do we go with Mayfield?
Well, apparently it's probably gonna be the Bills guy who basically died on the field last year.
This guy. How? Why? What
And-
did he do?
He died on the field last year in the Bengals game, and then he
God.
came back and actually played a couple games this
Yeah,
year.
but you shouldn't get rewarded for that.
No, I don't think so either.
No. Just because you almost
Absolutely,
die. You know how
yeah.
many people almost die in football every day?
Well, but he did die on the field,
Okay, so he died on the field.
and they
came
brought
back,
him back or something. But
he played a game or two. Like, no, give me a break. I mean, it's a great story.
yeah,
I think
Hamlin.
I think the
DeMar
great-
Hamlin.
great story of the year. How about we go with that, huh?
Yeah, no, I think
I think comeback story of the year is Mayfield. I think
I'd
it
say
is, man.
Flacco.
No, Flacco didn't even
But
play the whole
but
year.
Mayfield did. I know that's the point. Mayfield did play last year.
And the thing with Flacco is
Mayfield's never really left, so it's not like he's.
no, but no, I think
I think
it's
for him, it's
comeback.
maybe the most improved. I don't know about comeback. He never left.
No, he was gone. I mean, like comeback meaning comeback doesn't mean you're out of the league and comeback.
Okay.
That's not what
Did
it
he-
means.
So
Comeback.
he probably didn't. Did he start last year?
No. When
Okay.
did you hear about Mayfield starting anywhere?
I don't know.
Like the thing is
Sure, it could be
Flacco
Mayfield.
got put into a great position. I mean, people think about it all the time, like, dude, the Browns were struggling. No, they weren't. The Browns were winning games. That defense
Yeah.
still won games.
Oh yeah,
and he got put in on
it's
all,
the
all he had
it's
to
the
do was just
coaching and the
not the-
defense. It's not the quarterback.
and all he had to
there.
do was just not turn the ball over.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't know. Well, I
yeah.
guess
You're right. Let's
we'll
go with
see.
Baker.
let's go Baker.
Okay, I'm with you. It's still probably gonna be DeMar Hamlin, but I think it's stupid. I'm with you. I think it's
Yeah,
totally
dumb.
ridiculous.
I don't think he gets it at all.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah. So and then we have two more. Obviously, Raheem Morris.
That's the big one.
Yeah, goes to Atlanta. Like I said last week, I told you all Belichick was doing was playing he was playing the Falcons for his own gain. I think what he was doing was hinting at Philadelphia. Hey guys, I'm available. If you want me, I'm available. But so he's throwing his hat in the ring, right? That's what he was doing. He was throwing his hat in the ring, and saying, "Hey guys, I'm available. I'm not going to the Falcons, but I want you guys to know that I'm not taking a year off. I still want to coach
Right.
If hint, the Eagles want to fire their coach, I will go over there. Either that, or if he ever was going to go to the Falcons, it was he wanted some kind of unlimited control, and that wasn't going to happen.
And why would you even want to coach the Falcons? Like Bill Belichick.
No,
like,
he doesn't want to start over. That would ruin his
that's-
legacy.
I mean,
if
we're talking.
here's the thing, because he stunk as a coach so bad in Cleveland that the fans and everyone every week had signs up, fire Belichick and stuff. The ownership got so much pressure from the fans to fire him that's what they did. They fired him.
You think that was the case? Huh?
No, that is the case. It's 100% documented, and the owner has said it and everything. I mean, there's a whole a documentation on it that I what do you call it? A documentary on it that I watched.
Really?
Yeah. So this was years ago. But yeah, so it's totally documented. He was they got mad at him because he benched Kozar for Vinny Testaverde. Anyways, it's a whole thing. Anyways,
Wait, you talking about Belichick?
yeah, when he coached for the Browns.
Ah, okay.
So Belichick coached them. He was,
okay.
That wasn't necessarily that he did such a bad job, but the fans hated him. Anyways, he got ran out of there. Then he actually accepted the Jets job. And then one day after accepting the Jets job, he actually resigned.
Okay.
And then went to the Patriots. And then obviously we know of his success. But here's the problem. If he went to Atlanta with these crappy quarterbacks and couldn't rebuild the team, and they just kept stinking, and he stunk for a long time, everything would be, it's only Belichick. His legacy would be over. They'd say, no, he was the same coach with the Browns. He just got lucky with Tom Brady, all this stuff. So there was no way he was going to the Falcons. It was never happening. It was just a bargaining chip, like I said. Hint, hint, Eagles, I'm available. The Eagles didn't go and get him. The Eagles, and it was only, a couple days after Sirianni, they officially announced Sirianni would not leave as coach. Suddenly, Belichick's not in Atlanta anymore. And you know what? The next day, it's Raheem Morris, basically. I mean, there's a few days and gaps here, but
okay,
it's pretty much, everything happened very quickly. Sirianni said, or the Eagles said, Sirianni's 100% back. A couple days later, Belichick's not. Falcons, and boom, Raheem Morris is in. So it was like I said before, it was just a whole thing. The Falcons were getting used by Belichick the entire time.
It was a scam.
And the Chargers too, right? He was going to interview with the Chargers. Maybe he even did. But the whole thing was he was throwing his hat in, sending the bat signal to the Eagles. They didn't pick up the bat signal. And like I said, he's going to sit out a year. And that's what I thought would happen. He's going to wait for one of these great quarterback jobs to be open. And then he'll take that.
Okay. Well, what great coaching opportunity could be out there? Like, what team? The Raiders locked in their coach.
I think he would have gone to the Chargers, but like I said, he hates the Chargers,
right?
And they have a crappy. There's some rebuilding to do there, even with the quarterback. So,
of course.
And so he didn't want that, and there would be so much pressure on him to win there, and then you've got a bad organization. That would have been complex. He could, but the Eagles, he would have accepted in a second, 100%. He would have been like, Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks. I've got a solid defense. It's a quick rebuild. The things that do need fixed. I have a great organization that just won the Super Bowl recently, and yeah, and then they were back to the Super Bowl. They've been to 2 Super Bowls in the last 10 years or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, that's what he was pining for the whole time.
All right.
And then the last one, Vic Fangio. This one's interesting to me. So Vic Fangio leaves the Dolphins, immediately is hired by the Eagles to be their defensive coordinator. But what's interesting about it is the safety Javon Holland had a post about him kicking rocks right after. In other words, like, kick rocks to Fangio. Apparently, a lot of the players were okay with him leaving. And here's the thing, though. There's a couple questions I have here. So one is, were they happy he was leaving because maybe he was purposely, like, telling the Dolphins, hey, I got a call from the Eagles. They want me. I'm leaving you. I'm going over there. And they felt betrayed. And maybe that's why you would say kick rocks.
Okay.
Or maybe, the other thing, because Agba, defensive end for them, just a few weeks earlier had said that he was a genius. Now his defense is very hard to pick up on, so it usually takes this halfway through the second year to where you really pick up on his defense and it really starts working out for you. So, but maybe Agba, saw the vision. Maybe he's super smart, picked up on it. Some of the other guys may not have picked up on it. Maybe they were struggling with it. Maybe they had a hard time with it. But they would have picked up on it eventually. But I don't know which way this went. Maybe they felt betrayed, or maybe the Eagles just got a really bad hire because none of the players liked him. I don't think he did that great in Denver either. So maybe he's just not that great of a coach as well. Or maybe they didn't give him enough time. I don't know. So
Well,
I guess we'll find out.
Sounds like it's just a mystery.
The whole thing's a mystery.
It's all a mystery. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's one of
But
those
kicking
things.
rocks.
It's one of those things again. I'm not
a video of somebody kicking rocks to me. That feels more like betrayal to me. That feels more like screw this guy.
Yeah.
You don't just do that because the guy you wouldn't do that just because you thought he wasn't a good coach. You do that because you felt betrayed. That's something that takes a lot out of you to do and to post that. And then his own dad came out and said something too, nobody wants an iPhone 1 upgrade or whatever. So I think that there was some betrayal there. I think that's what really happened.
Right. Well, that's I feel like you have something going there. I guess it's only time's going to tell. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll get to the bottom of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been hearing about Dak? Since we're going off on conspiracies and we're talking about,
well, I know his brother came out and said some things, right? And
then you got CD Lamb's brother.
CD Lamb, yeah. So it's a thing between. You know what? Here's my point of view on this. If you're the brother, sister, mom, dad, uncle, aunt, on and on and on, if you're related to an NFL player, shut your mouth. That's what I would say, because you know what? I don't think Dak wanted this. I don't think any of this is coming. In fact, Eli Manning or Peyton, one of them came out. I think it was one of them. I think it was Troy Aikman came out and said, where there's smoke, there's fire, basically. Like maybe the brother was kind of speaking for Dak. I don't believe that. I don't believe Dak would do that. It's the same thing where Stephon Diggs' brother.
Remember that?
Yeah. He came in and was saying trade Diggs and stuff, and Diggs was like, dude, I'm loyal to Buffalo. Shut up, basically.
Should have traded him. Guy can't shit.
He dropped one pass, but
one pass, one big pass.
One very important pass.
The extremely important.
He doesn't have anyone to blame this year, just himself. But
Jesus.
But yeah, so I don't know, man. I think the brothers, the aunts, uncles, all just shut your mouth. Don't get your family in trouble. You're not an athlete. You're not there with the coaches every day. You're not there with the players every day.
And I think
keep your mouth shut.
I think it's a sense of loyalty. Like they want.
Yeah, they're doing it in good spirit.
Right. They want Dak to feel
but they're wrong to do it.
Of course. I'm with you on that. I think the family shouldn't get involved in business unless you're an actual mentor, unless you're an actual in a sense like a counselor. You're being paid for your guidance. That's one thing. But if you're just my uncle from around the way, dude, don't say nothing.
And maybe Dak asked them to, or CD's brother or somebody, but I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
And I think these players pretty much speak for themselves, especially someone like Dak and CD in that position.
Gladys said he dropped one pass too many. one too many. I mean, look at it this way: Fitzgerald never dropped a pass.
Gladys was actually there watching the game. Heart broke. She's not a Dallas fan. She just thinks Cowboys. Who they lose to the Packers? She just feel like
we're talking about the Bills here.
Oh,
Stephon Diggs.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah. So Gladys is one of those young ladies who roots for teams based on their logos. So Bills and Chiefs.
Right.
She's like, you know, one of those individuals was like, well, you know, it's a buffalo, so it should run over the human, the chief. So, you know what I mean? So,
I don't think so.
Trust me, dude. That's how she works, dude.
She probably was rooting for me, though.
She kind of was.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably was, and she was rooting for Buffalo. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because last year,
that's what she's saying. No, she was rooting for you.
The year before the famous 13 seconds. Remember, you guys, all the Bills fans, you guys were there. She was rooting for Buffalo then.
She was. She's a rooter.
Yeah.
Ah, man, it's good to have you, Gladys.
Yeah, always.
So, what are we thinking? Are we so many changes, so many teams, a lot of this stuff kind of just it's funny because it will almost get thrown off the
out of all these. I think Raheem Morris is the best pickup.
Mm-hmm.
He was from the Rams defensive coordinator, but none of them I think are like eye catching.
Of course, and they're all horrible teams. And I will stem that even down to.
That's the only way to pick a winner. There you go.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. I tell you that. I mean, what do we know? What does anyone know? The games they're played. At the end of the day, it's almost impossible to pick winners these days. I'm not even kidding. Like
it feels that way sometimes.
Last night I watched LSU against South Carolina women's basketball. South Carolina's number 1 team in the nation. LSU has the number 1. I know.
Your first fault was watching.
Why was I watching that? Anyway, but LSU has the number 1 NIL player on the women's, the young girl there.
Okay.
Whatever, Angel something, Reese, right?
Okay.
So you're thinking, okay, whatever. They covered the spread, 7.5 points.
Okay.
They're up 6, going into the half. South Carolina comes back and wins. And I feel like, it's one of those things where
South Carolina's been really good in women's basketball.
Oh, yeah. Well, they won the championship a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, they're dominant, but LSU is a solid squad themselves. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm sitting in La Casita last night with my girl, and we're chilling, and I'm watching the game, having a couple brewskis, watching the game, and I was excited. I was truly excited for this game. I know it sounds crazy because, like, how can that possibly happen? But but it was not bad. But it's a different level.
I'll tell you what. When you get into
when it's a top,
I understand.
Teams.
When you get into it, I mean, the one thing I love is women's softball. I love watching that every year.
You dirty dog. You dirty dog.
I do. But I want to go to Oklahoma City and watch that one.
That would be
the women's softball is actually very entertaining when you really get into it. I think it's way more entertaining than like guys college baseball.
For sure. But yeah, women's college softball World Series is amazing, and so is we still talking about this. The Little League Championship would be
in the Little League.
That would be dope.
I think college baseball is one of the most dumb things.
I think I should announce. I should be one of the announcers for the Little League.
Yeah, you should
have
be.
Such a great time giving them little nicknames.
Both of us, yeah.
Little Spuds Magoo and Spuds McGriffin. I tell you, man, I'd have a bunch of little.
Everyone's named Spuds, huh?
Spuds.
You lose track of who's who.
Call him Tank McAllister. Just throwing it out there. I want to give a shout out to my boy Sean Haynes. I know he hasn't subscribed to us yet, but in case I get him to subscribe soon, he hears that. He's the first one to turn me on to that my freshman year in college.
Yeah.
McAllisters, Magoo, McPherson, McLaughlin. Just calling people all kind of random names. Hey, Spuds Magoo. You know what I mean? I miss that guy. Shout out to you, Sean Haynes. Hopefully you look out soon. But let's transition this real quick because, like we stated in our last podcast, the Farmers Insurance, not Farmers, is it the Farmers Insurance? I believe it is.
Yeah. Farmers
tournament going on right now out there in San Diego is underway. We're in the 3rd round right now, and I tell you that course is tough.
Yeah.
And today's the 3rd round, which is Friday. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be the final round due to the NFL. But I'm telling you, if you folks got a chance to go ahead and peep in on that, if you have a chance and you want to bet some unders or some overs on the rounds, little sneak pick. You want to take Homa today. He's already off, but you can still get in on it.
Homa?
Max Homa.
Homa.
Homa. You want to take Max Homa to go under 70.5. It might have shot down to 69, but if it is, you're playing a little with fire. But if you can get at 70.5, Max Homa on his round today will go under 70.5. And this is the crazy one. Tony Finau to shoot over 70.5. Now, the par for the course is 72. So, I mean, he literally he only needs to shoot 2 under and you lose. But I'm telling you, man, he's going to blow up. That course is tough.
I can see that. You know, I used to be a big fan of Finau, but I feel like he's been more inconsistent the last year or two.
Yes. And it's just, I mean, he's a family driven man. So I mean, I could definitely respect the fact that he's
I remember we watched him in person hitting off the tee in the Waste Management.
Of course.
Last year.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it this year.
Yeah.
But man, we had such a good time last year. I just think it's poor planning on my part.
Yeah.
I went a little nuts on Christmas this year.
Coming
up short on some funds.
It happens.
Yeah, next year I definitely think we'll make our way back around there, and we should dress up.
Like what?
Like do the old school, like 50s, where you got the little tie and you got the little dress up.
Or we could dress up like as old golfers.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, with the
knickers.
The knickers,
yeah, that'd be fun.
I have when I was reffing football, one of the playoff games we had to the officials decided that they wanted to wear old school like
Cotton.
1960 or whatever, you know, the old ref uniforms, and they do that. They have the long socks with the knickers and stuff, the old NFL uniforms. And I was like, well, I don't have that. So the guy gave me and I still have it in my referee bag, but so he gave me the old school ref stuff.
That's cool, man.
But I don't know when I'm, you'll
never use it again.
I might not. I don't know.
And then last night,
that was fun to do that once.
Last night I text you, I think around 11 o'clock at night. I said, you up?
I was sleeping.
And he was snoozing. For the first time probably in a million years, he was snoozing at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I hit you up because, man, I'm telling you, and I hate Golden State. I hate Curry. I hate every aspect of the Golden State Warriors. But that Golden State Sacramento game last night was amazing. And it goes to show what the NBA has got to look forward to later on in the season when these two teams that are just dynamic, they score. First of all, Golden State don't play nothing for defense. They really don't, but they can shoot the lights out. And these two teams went down to the wire. It actually came down. Check this out. With like 10 seconds left, one of the Sacramento's best free throw shooters gets fouled. Sacramento's up one. He's got 2 free throws to make it a 3-point game.
Okay.
And I'm talking about an 85% free throw shooter.
Right.
He just bricks both of those free throws. Golden State up. Golden State down 1 point with the ball, about 10 seconds left. Dribble around. Ball gets into Curry's hands with 7 seconds left. Guess what he does? Dribbles off his foot. Turns the ball over.
I was waiting for that 3-pointer.
Oh, man, it was classic. I loved it. Nothing made my life happier for the night. I was so happy. He just dribbles off his foot. Sacramento recovers the ball.
I don't think I've ever seen him dribble off his foot in his life.
Never happens. If anything, America probably thought he just knocked some mirror. He could have closed his eyes, turned his head to the basket, threw it backwards, and the thing would have went in. That's how it works.
Well, if you lost money on the game, I'm sure you were like, Steph Curry rigged it.
Well, technically, if you took Golden State, you would have covered because there's no way they're favorites in that game against Sacramento. So I think they were
well, maybe you money lined them or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you money lined them late or you took some type of spread, whatever. I mean,
people always find a way to lose and then say it was rigged.
Well, it's not necessarily that I believe it's rigged. I know you had a sequence about this where you talked about how I think that the difference you were talking about is scripted and rigged, because it's obviously proven that the NBA has been rigged. The referee got busted for that. So, I mean, it's in a sense it is set up. Now, is it scripted? That's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it's scripted. There's no way that
I said before, have games been rigged? Yes, I believe that. Or yes, I mean, I even know that. I mean, the Black Sox, right?
Even now.
But
even now, games are being freaking rigged. Like, it's just, there's no way that you can say that the amount of money that's being thrown around right now, that there's not people out there got their hands on something. Because think about how many college games are here.
Well, think about this, though. Okay, here's just a random thought about disproving that, okay?
Okay. And there's first of all, there is no disproving it. But let's say it was Steph Curry.
Okay. Well, let's say it was Steph Curry's backup. Let's say it's like some guy on the bench, right? Okay. Some guy that makes $2 million a year or something. Somebody doesn't make a lot, but they make just a little bit.
All right.
Okay. And you would say, oh, so how much would you have to pay? I mean, typically it's never those guys anyways. It's the Steph Currys and stuff, right? So, but how much would you? What's the most a casino will let you bet typically? Like $1 million, 2 million, maybe at the very most.
Well, I mean, this kind of
so
depends on who you are.
how much would it cost you to get a player to rig a game?
Yeah. I don't.
I
See,
mean, no, I'm
see,
just saying. I'm just saying, like, would
I
it
don't
cut?
really, I don't really think
But
it
all I'm
comes
saying
down.
is, I'm just saying this to bribe a player,
right? But I think the definition
or an
of
official
rigged,
or somebody else would be so high. The amount these days, how much people are making, it would be so high that you wouldn't be able to make money at that point unless you
right?
use.
But I think
Unless there was some kind of syndicate that had
I think the
hundreds
rigging
and
gets
hundreds of
the
people.
rigging gets like misinterpreted because it's not necessarily Steph Curry dribbling it off his foot that's the rig.
But that's what people always say. Though.
No.
They will go. They will take plays back and they'll say, "Look, at the end of the game, this happened. This happened." They'll find 4 or 5 things in sequence.
When that happens, yes. I mean, because it's a proven fact. Like, I mean, if you look at the new news that just came out,
but here's the thing: it's always a sequence of a few different players. So, how many people am I paying off? How many coaches are we paying? You know,
it's not
how many
it's
referees?
Not even paying someone off. It's yourself. Because think about it like this: because look at the kid from LSU who just got busted literally today. He had 8,200 picks that he made while at LSU playing on the LSU team.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, all it takes is a drop pass. All it takes is everything. It could alter the game. In Steph Curry's case, and in Hooters' case, whatever the case is, a missed free throw. I mean, my thing is like, I believe that the game is pure in its sense, but sometimes it's just for yourself. Like a referee, just one referee can change the entirety of the entire game. And it doesn't even mean he can have a cousin who's betting on the game. And he just, okay, it's not make a big deal to me. Let me just blow one of these calls. Let me blow 3 of these calls. Well, we have missed calls. And it's not even about making, if you think about the NBA season, it's 82 games.
Yeah.
How many games, if you rig 30 of those games in your favor, you don't have to be betting $1 million. You could bet $50,000.
Okay. Well, there's that
money,
too. So,
and then you hide under the radar.
Not necessarily, because so one of the things I do use in baseball when I bet on baseball, and you guys can check this out. It's statfox.com, which is probably okay. Here we go. Here's a sports betting tip that nobody else in the industry will probably give you. Statfox.com, probably the best literally is the best place you can go to for a baseball website for betting on baseball. And the one issue with them though is they used to give out a lot more information for free. Now some of their information you have to pay for, but they used to give it all out for free. One of the things they give out there is umpires over unders.
Right.
And you can look at his history. You can look at this year. This year he has 49 overs and 49 of his games have gone over. 24 of them have gone under, stuff like that. And now I see there's a social media influencer on Instagram who's really annoying the crap out of me. But he's constantly saying the sports are rigged. And one of the things he says is in this coming Kansas City Chiefs game, that this certain official, he has all of these unders this year. He's got like 30% more unders than any other official, and he got signed to the Chiefs and Ravens game. So, you can expect it to go under and all this other stuff. And that's a bunch of baloney, because when you look at these, and I've tracked these umpire stuff, the over-unders and all that, and you can get it on StatFox. It's free. And you'll see that some years umpire will have, this many overs and unders, and, there's kind of a tendency there. And then some years he'll have like the opposite, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. You look at his overall history and they're pretty close usually, even if like one year they had a lot more than the other. It's just every game is different. Every happenstance is different. It could be the luck of the draw that this person got a lot of unders. They just happen to be better pitchers every time, or better, not as good quarterbacks most of the time, or whatever, So, now you have to dissect it even more than just saying this guy always has unders. What were the teams that were playing every time he had unders? What was this? What was that? Was it always the top scoring teams and he kept giving them unders? Then maybe you got something, but you've got to dissect everything at that point.
But I think,
and at the end of the day, if you really want to think something's rigged, you'll find a reason to find.
Yeah.
But there's so many people in life that constantly go through life doing that. This is rigged. This is rigged. This is why I couldn't get a job, or this is why I couldn't get this promotion. This is why. You know what? Stop making excuses and just look inward. That's all I gotta say.
It makes. I mean,
maybe it's you. Maybe you didn't do enough research.
No, I think that makes sense. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's just no way that you can exclude the fact that there's some type of money being moved in certain directions. And if you don't, and I think it's one of those things where it's like some people believe it, some people don't, and that's just no way around it. Because obviously,
maybe you can't exclude certain things, but
I mean,
can you prove certain things?
Well, there has been a referee who's got thrown in prison for it. Yeah, I mean, so it is proven, and it's only a matter of time.
I know, but here's the thing:
as sports betting,
been proven a couple times, right?
Right.
In 100 years, it's been proven like 2 or 3 times.
Let me talk here. So what I'm saying is, in the NFL, like the way that the money is flowing, it's insane to say that there's no way that people don't have their foot in it. Like
but they don't need to. Because
no.
And by the way, do you know who turned him in? Do you know who turned Donahue in? Las Vegas did.
Right. And
so the bookmakers in Las Vegas, they're the ones that picked up on it.
Yeah, they pick up on things, and it's only a matter of time. Now,
but what I'm saying is,
but how long has he been doing it? How long was he doing it for?
Well,
it's not like he just did it 2 games and they turned him in. Dude, the guy was killing it. So I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time with the amount of money that's being, because sports betting has only been legal for a couple of years now. And I'm telling you,
but
watch the way it goes.
People have money to gain by turning these people in.
No, they don't.
They're not getting.
No, they don't. Because let me tell you something. The people,
on a whole, they do.
The people who have money to gain are the people.
If the actual
money.
NFL was doing it,
no. So you're wrong on this. I'm not talking about scripted. There's a huge difference between being scripted,
but
it's not scripted. So
even if the NFL was telling officials,
no, NFL is not telling officials to do this.
That's what a lot of people believe.
It's personal gain, or it's family gain, or even like, who's to say that there's not someone out there telling you, hey, listen, man, this is what you're going to have to do. Because I mean, who these are just humans like anybody else. If you were a referee, I could find you easy and just be like, hey, man, this is what I need you to do, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? This is what I need you to do, bro. And this needs to happen. Sure. And you're just like, well, what if I don't? Just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, trust me. Like, I'm not kidding. Now here's the thing. There's no yes, it's no, it's not happening, or there's yes, it's definitely happening. It's kind of like that's why it's always a topic,
right?
And there's a large part of people who say no, there's no way this is happening. There's large parts who trust me, it's happening. At the end of the day, you got to just kind of go with it. I agree with you. You can't use it as an excuse for your losses. Right. Or your wins, because because how many times has gone in our favor,
right? And if you do believe that, don't bet anymore. I mean, you have 2 choices: either never bet ever again, because you really believe that. So then it's totally rigged against you. So why are you just stop betting? Or number 2,
find the right side.
yeah. Or number 2, find out who's rigging it.
Yes, and jump on their side.
Jump on their side. Exactly.
And that's
those are your only 2 beliefs.
I don't believe in using it as an excuse why you lose. I think it's more of an idea of just understanding that, hey, listen, there's billions of freaking dollars being thrown around.
Right.
Understand that this thing is not like, even casinos, to be realistic and think casinos when you're actually in the casino aren't doing everything they can to get you to lose is stupid. You think they're just like opening the doors and like, hey, come in. We're going to give you a fair shot to win all of our money. Hell no.
Right.
Dude,
exactly.
They're going to close windows off. There's no clocks anywhere.
Yeah.
There's like the loud machines, ding, 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 ding. They're doing everything they can to drive you insane, to throw all your money away. This is life. Right. You know what I mean? So you have to figure that out. Got to put your big boy pants on. If you want to bet, to be honest, it's 50-50, either win or lose. That's just how it goes.
Well,
no, it really is. That's it. Because I can close my eyes every single time, make a bet every single time. So I guarantee I'll win some of them.
Yeah, you're going to win some of them, but you're not going to win 50% of them.
No,
that's why it's not 50-50.
But it's 50-50 in terms of how you go. You either go left or right. That's what it means. You got a 50-50
But it's not 50-50 because there's analytics involved. There's all kinds of things involved. There's information.
I mean, I think yes.
There's all kinds of things. Some like baseball has win patterns. There's all kinds of different things in different games. I
think that's why the 2 of us, we bet different. But if you're the type of bettor who likes to bet, and because most bettors, be realistic with it, most bettors are not like you. Most bettors aren't
Right.
aren't consistent. They're not. They don't set standards. They don't have like a limit.
Right.
And they're more just kind of like, you know what? I think I'm going to win this one. I'm going to throw $100 down
Right.
that LSU, will win the game tonight, not knowing that, hey, South Carolina is number one for a reason. And yeah, they're down 6 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Don't money line LSU.
Right.
And South Carolina comes back and wins by 6. I mean, it's just so many things. Like, I mean, it's just the realistic of it is there's different types of bettors, and there's
another skill a lot of bettors don't have too, and that is the ability to read the line, to find suspicious lines, to find when Vegas is, Vegas baits you into certain things too, and sometimes you can look at, like, if you've been doing this as long as I have, you can look at lines and you can go, this is off.
Right. Something's not right about
this.
And
then, you could take the other side or whatever. So right. There's a reason why there actually are professional sports bettors. Yeah. And
they're still rolling.
Yeah. I've never met any of them that said that it was rigged.
So well, I mean, no one's going to say it's rigged, obviously, because they're making tons of money from it. They're all right. On the right side. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because if you just hop on the right side, what difference does it make if it's rigged or not? Because it's not like it's our game.
Right.
Get what I'm saying?
Well, there's also a MIT mathematician who quit his job, went into sports betting, built an algorithm, and he's made millions off of just by using math. He's made millions off of sports betting. So
it's
you couldn't use math if things were being rigged. I'm just put it that way.
Maybe you could, though. At the end of the day, you never know, because the way that things get rigged is it's obviously cheating. So who's to say just because he's a mathematician that he doesn't know about cheating also? Because that's what formulas are about.
But he would have to know the people doing the cheating.
Well, you don't know. You don't know who's cheating. You honestly don't know, and that's the thing. It's like even if as a mathematician, he picks
you can always find a way to believe whatever you want to believe in this life.
And exactly, and it works both ways.
Look at the Nazis.
Whoa, that is not.
People can find a way to believe whatever the hell they want.
That's not what we were talking about. But what we're saying is,
Danny Drew says, welcome, Danny Drew. I'm not sure who you are, but thank you for coming on. Do you know Danny?
No, I don't. But
okay.
Let's talk NFL.
All right,
it's time.
It's time.
I'm going to start off with this.
Okay.
I'm starting off with this. I'm going straight 2-team parlay right off the jump.
All right.
I'm not believing the hype when it comes to Detroit. I think Detroit is solid.
Okay.
I love the story. Okay. I love the underdog gig.
Okay.
I love all of it. San Francisco had their one bad game and still end up winning. San Francisco blows Detroit out. They do. They go in there, they handle their business. I know you got something different on you, which is cool, which is great, but I'm telling you, Detroit does not have what it takes to lay hands with San Francisco. So I'm taking San Francisco minus the points, and I hate Mahomes. I just want that to be known.
Yeah.
But I'm taking KC in the points, man. I just think it's going to be a tough game. I don't think Lamar goes out there and just handles Kansas City. Like, this team is culturally built to win. They got the coach, they got the quarterback, they got the tight end. All the receivers literally have to do is do their job and do what?
Catch the ball.
Catch the ball. Like, it's so simple. Their defense is pretty stout. Yeah. Baltimore's defense is right now the number one defense. Obviously, 4 teams left, but at the end of the season, as one of the top defenses, it don't matter. It's going to be a close game. I'm excited about it.
Danny says George Kittle's good at home.
He's a beast.
I'm going opposite.
Of course you are.
Niners got exposed. Oh. And here's my thing for both of these games, okay? Who said it? Mike Tyson, maybe? I don't remember who said it, but he said everybody has a plan till you get punched in the mouth.
That was Tyson.
Yeah, everybody has a plan till you get punched in the mouth. And the Ravens, Patrick Queen and what's the other linebacker? Those two guys are normally, I can't remember Patrick Queen this time. Oh, Roquan Smith. Those two, the beasts. And the Ravens. Yep, I'm liking the Ravens, and I'm liking Detroit. I think they're both tough-minded teams.
It's been a while since I got a sweep.
It is.
And
both of us.
I'm feeling pretty. Yeah, it is.
But last time we went completely opposite on 2 games.
We went. So one of us had a sweep.
Unless I slept.
Oh, okay.
Remember the college football?
Oh, that's right.
So,
gosh.
But yeah. I mean, I like these tough-minded teams, defense. I think San Francisco got a little bit exposed. I'm sure there's some things on tape that they can find out.
Right.
We saw, it kind of happened to a lot of teams this year that, the Eagles, once they lost, they got exposed. Then they didn't, they went downhill. A lot of teams
Eagles were just bad. Like they weren't even like they were sneaking by games.
They had a lot of issues.
They were sneaking by games.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and we don't even know the status on Samuels yet. Right?
Yeah, Debo.
Let's say Debo plays. Let's say they lock him in, he's in. You still gonna roll with Detroit?
Yeah.
You still rolling with Detroit, huh?
I'm rolling with Detroit.
I think Detroit's a great story. I'm not kidding. Like it right now, if you ask me.
But for me, it's not about the story. At the end of the day, when the two teams get in the ring, I think the more physical team's gonna win. And the other thing is when you watch Detroit, they're not just physical on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You watch those receivers, they try to get an extra inch, an extra half inch. I mean, the receivers, you have to do everything to tackle them because if you don't, they will break the tackle. The receivers are tough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just on offense. And it's the same thing with the Ravens, too. Lively and those guys, they break tackles. The offense, that's when you know a team is really physical. Not when you see a really physical defense, but when you see the offense is also physical, that's a team to fear.
Well, I agree with what you're saying. I think that they're going to definitely put up a fight. I'm with my man Danny.
And
my
he's got Niners.
Group. Yeah, my man.
Well, he's got Ravens.
No, well,
you got Chiefs.
I got Chiefs covering the spread.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Not winning the game.
No. Okay, I got Chiefs covering the spread. Okay. You ain't taking Mahomes out like that, dude. Mahomes is a fighter. He's culturally built. This team knows how to win. If they don't win, they're definitely covered. What is it, 3.5 right now? It's gonna be a dogfight.
Let me double check. I haven't checked.
It'll be a dogfight. It can come down to something totally stupid. But I think I'm with Danny right here. I'm going 49ers, Ravens. Even the logo.
Ravens 3.5. Yeah.
You see the logo.
Niners are down to 7 now.
You saw the Ravens conspiracy thing.
That's so
you saw
stupid.
That. But what colors was it?
Yeah,
it was red. It was red and purple. Red and purple.
Yeah, but why did people sing out those teams? I mean, the Bills that matched the color too.
No, it was pretty much. It was purple.
Yeah, but it was red.
Right. Oh, that makes a good point. But then who's purple on the other side? Nobody. There's only one purple team.
Yeah,
Ravens.
Right.
And is there a purple team in NFC? Minnesota.
Yeah,
but they didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. It's just. I'm not saying it's rigged. Let's not go there again.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, Mahomes covers. He covers the spread. Doesn't have enough.
Well, that would say it was scripted because those logos come out before the year starts. So
that's a good point. So I'm going to go Ravens covering the spread, and then we're going to go with. Come on, man. I think if you don't even think about it, don't think so much. Just don't even go crazy on your thoughts.
Okay.
Why would the Niners not be in the Super Bowl? Like, look at this lineup. Look on the defensive side too. Like,
yeah,
man, I'm telling you,
I don't know, man. They here's the thing though. They've always been that smash mouth team too, right? Mm-hmm. They looked a little soft against the Packers. I mean, they barely won that game.
They had 2 weeks off. No, and I think
there's a point to be said there.
And I think your statement about being punched in the mouth goes to that game. It's like the Niners came out. They're like, "Oh, this is the Packers. They barely got into the playoffs."
Woke them up.
I think the Packers smacked them in the mouth, and then they were like, "Damn!" And to be honest with you, who thought the Niners would win that game?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, they had to come back.
They came back and win. They said, "All right, cool. We took one on the mouth." Now they're going to come out this game and be like, "Dude, we ain't coming out like that this game. We're not going to we're not taking these Lions like they're helpless. Like we're just going to roll over them. No, we're going to come out and play." Niners get up 14-0 early in this game, or even 21-7 or something like that. 17-7. Trust me, they ain't looking back. That will be blown out. Do not in play this game. I'm telling you, this is that one game you do not want to in play. Niners get up early. They're going to make a statement. They're going to let any team on the AFC know, listen, we're taking this. Because God, Niners make the Super Bowl. I'm taking the Niners no matter what. I'm taking them. Because I've rid with them the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's like
it's foul reason.
Yeah. But I mean, I that's how I roll, man. I just maybe it's a Bay thing. Maybe I'm just loyal to the Bay for some reason. I'm not even from there, but it's because we went to that game.
We did go to that game.
We went to that game.
That was the last year Candlestick was there.
Last year Candlestick, we went to the game, man.
The weekend that will forever live in infamy.
Man, if we can give you the details. It was let's just say Broadway. And leave it there. Broadway.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
But yeah, so and of course, if there's any changes, you definitely want to follow the lines, see the ups and downs. Like you said, that Niners went down to 7, huh?
Yeah,
it was 7.5.
Yeah.
So those are little things to think about. I mean, it's but then again,
wasn't the Chiefs 3 though?
And that one went up. It started 3.5. It might. Okay. I mean, we might be talking like no, it was 3.5. It was even 3.5. Remember when I was showing you because FanDuel had it where you can actually pick the game before the winners were even announced.
Yeah.
So it was 3.5. Yeah, it's gonna stand strong at 3.5.
I thought I had,
which is crazy to me, but I think so many people are on this Lamar thing because he's going to be the MVP. It sucks, but that's just how it's going to go. We both know that. We're both rooting for McCaffrey.
Yeah,
but we know it's going to be quarterback.
Yeah, it's going to be Lamar.
And if you want to bet money on that, dude, throw it on top of there. It's almost. I would put it.
My thing is this.
I put it at like 80%.
This bugs me about the NBA one too, or any of these MVP ones. If it's really just a regular season thing, like people say, then sorry, man, Manny's got to go. We got to wrap this up. But if it really is a just a season thing, then my question to you is, why did they wait so long to announce the award?
I know. I hate that thing. Say at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It's like we don't take the playoffs into consideration, but every year you see that they did.
Right.
Come on.
All right. Well, we should chat more about this soon. We'll have another podcast coming up soon.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what's up with tomorrow. We got the games coming up on Sunday. Super exciting. We'll definitely have some coming up next week. Super Bowl's coming up. We got squares put out. Club 33 has been finalized. If you any of you folks out there have any questions about Club 33 for next year with your partners or whatever it is,
yeah, we'll figure something out.
Game. We'd love to give you guys some insights. Of course, we got Super Bowl squares that we're going to be doing.
Yeah,
I need you to fill yours out, by the way. But anyway, guys, yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Let's make some money.
Let's have fun doing it.